Magdalena. Hey, Irene. Hey, Yvonne. Antoinette, Ingalil. Antoinette, I thought you were going off Facebook, so I guess you didn't. That's a good thing. Hey, Ingalil, how's everything in Sweden? Sweden, Germany, Netherlands. That's so cool. Germany again. Suzanne, you too? Let me move this out of the way. Aurora, hey. Peggy, day's good. We came home from vacation yesterday, and I drove an hour to see family today. So a little bit of a running around, but in a good way, I think. Just seeing people and stuff like that. So all the stuff that's been piling up for me to do, the pile's just getting bigger. But that's okay. Eva, hey. Denise, hey. UK heatwave. It's not too bad here. All right, let me see where I am. 18 to go. Yeah, party time indeed. I got some faster songs today. But I haven't rehearsed anything because I've been basically driving or sleeping for the last 12 or 13 hours. Ursula, hey. All right, let me grab my pick. Let me get the timer off the screen, and we'll get going. Slide this out of the way. I'm on a laptop. I'm just standing outside, so not a lot of desktop space anyway. She was weary, dirty, but still kind of purty. And when I gave the key a twist, she roared back into life. To me, she seemed quite royal, despite the pool of oil. So for $700 and a handshake, she was mine. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady sovereign machine. Victoria, oh crown, Victoria, my regal queen. If you haven't figured out by now, the song's about a car, so hopefully there's nothing, it's about a car. Once she chased criminals with the zeal of a Baptist hymnal, racing through the city streets to catch thieves in the night. And then she went to work wearing yellow in Newark, making airport runs and taking drunks home at daylight. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady sovereign machine. Victoria, oh crown, Victoria, my regal queen. Now these days it's all so complicated. We're neutered by computers and we don't see what we lose. A broken hoverboard ain't worth a good old pair of shoes. So I won't be dependent on a self-driving appliance, 'cause Victoria's resplendent and reliable as iron is. Mechanical simplicity, some elbow grease, a socket set, and you've got self-sufficiency. As you can see, that nothing stopped us yet. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady sovereign machine. Victoria, crown, Victoria, my regal queen. Okay, thanks so much. Hey, Margaret, Debbie, Maxine, so good to see you. And Yvonne, sun and vacation, nice. Yeah, sun and vacation is the way to go. Yeah, those cars, they haven't made those, Crown Victorias for a while, but you still see them all the time. They're pretty much indestructible. So, yeah. She's paid to dance with a man for $1. As I sit at the upright and bang out the tune. But over the shoulder of a lonely guy, she might give me a wink with a pink painted eye, and I'll daydream of taking her miles away from this second-rate saloon. Oh girl, come sit right here by my piano, 'cause my heart's always under your shadow. Malena, someday we'll ride out of this town together, but until then it feels like forever. Malena. She flirts at the bar with some backcountry trapper. I'm distracted and hack up some popular song, and I can't help from hoping she's thinking of me. So I slip in some Chopin that only she hears, to remind her there's somewhere much finer outside here where both of us belong. Oh girl, come sit right here by my piano, 'cause my heart's always under your shadow. Malena, someday we'll ride out of this town together, but until then it feels like forever. Malena. Then at sun up, the last drunk will stumble his way to the street. As the barkeep starts sweeping the sawdust, she'll pull up her seat, and she'll longingly linger beside. I'm so carefree, my fingers now fly, 'cause I never imagined a melody could be so sweet. Oh girl, come sit right here by my piano, 'cause my heart's always under your shadow. Malena, someday we'll ride out of this town together, but until then it feels like forever. Malena, Malena. All right, thanks so much. Yeah, Corolla, is there a Malena among us? There isn't. I don't think it's, so the story behind that song, or a little bit of the story, it's fictional in Old West, but I was trying to find a woman's name that would have worked back then, because that takes place in the 1860s or 1870s, something like that. So I was looking for names that were popular around that time, and many of them did not sing well. And so, or they sounded really old and not that relatable. So I actually wound up looking at the names that were popular in Mexico around that time to find Malena, which I thought was a great name, and it sings great and all that stuff. So that's the story behind Malena. Hey, Robert, thanks. So, yeah, I'm so glad, Mary Lou. All right. Here's a cover. Watch out now. Take care, beware of falling swingers, dropping all around you. The pain that often mingles in your fingertips. Beware of darkness. Watch out now, take care, beware of thoughts that linger, winding up inside your head. The hopelessness around you in the dead of night. It can hit you, it can hurt you, make you sore, and what is more, that is not what you are here for. Watch out now, take care, beware of soft shoe shufflers, dancing down the sidewalks, as each unconscious sufferer wanders aimlessly. Beware of Maya. Watch out now, take care, beware of greedy leaders. They'll take you where you should not go, while weeping at cedars, they want to grow and grow. Beware of darkness. All right, so that was George Harrison, if you may know, off that great post-Beatles album. All right, I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. You got it, Todd? Do some a little faster now. Two slowish ones. So, this one I haven't done in a few weeks. This is an original that I wrote this year. You know, and it's got a little bit of a twist in the end. And it's a little bit of a kiss-off song, although you don't know that at the beginning. Alright, I think that's close enough. There we go. I know that I've been blue. Nothing these days seems to get me through, but I swear real soon I'm coming back to you. When I'm on my feet, you said I'd drag you down, left me all alone out here to swim or drown, but I won't quit until I'm back on solid ground. When I'm on my feet, when I'm back on my feet, you won't believe your eyes. When I'm back on my feet, honey, you'll be so surprised. So I'm gonna lift this weight. This time I'll really get my head on straight. So don't give up yet, I'ma just you wait. When I'm on my feet, I'll show up at your door, better than the fella who you knew before. You'll see that I'm somebody worth waiting for. When I'm on my feet, you'll ask me to come inside, say you didn't think that I could turn my tide, and I'll tell you you can shove it where the sun don't shine. When I'm on my feet, when I'm back on my feet, you won't believe your eyes. When I'm back on my feet, honey, you'll be so surprised. So I know that I've been blue. Nothing these days seems to get me through, but I swear real soon I'm coming back at you. When I'm on my feet, oh, when I'm on my feet, oh, when I'm on my feet. All right, thanks so much. That's a fun one. About basically sticking by people when they're maybe not at their best. So slower one, but I think you'll like it. So this one's based on a true story. So there was and thanks Mary Lou and Suzanne, Carola. This one's based on a miners' strike in Colorado about 107 years ago. And the miners went out on strike, and thanks Robert, thanks a little more. And the Rockefeller owned it, and he came with the Pinkertons, and they came in to break up the strike in a very violent way. So it wound up being a big, it was called the Ludlow Massacre. A bunch of people died from it, and so I put this in the voice of a local preacher who knows that the strikers may be right, but he doesn't want blood to be shed, which I think is a valid point. So anyway, this is called American Coal. Boys, you all know me. I'm a friend of the miner. I've preached at your funerals and don't want to know more. Sure, you got good reasons for striking against them, but you're ready for protest. They're ready for war. Don't ask Rockefeller for any compassion. You search in his heart, and you'll find only greed. Look up on the ridge there. See, he brought out his snipers. Your tent's gonna burn, burn, burn from his clear kerosene. They got 4 Belgian horses and a heavyweight wagon, mounted in the bed, a chrome Gatling gun, picks and your shovels. No, they ain't gonna shield you. It's time to give up, boys. Pack your families and run. If our Lord Jesus came down from the heavens here to Colorado, oh, to see to your cause, he'd say, I can't save you from man's worst desires. I don't want no more martyrs, so climb down off my cross. You got just 2 bad choices. You can flee with your children, or swallow your pride, go back down in the hole. You ain't nobody's worry. All the blood in this nation can't quench the desire for American coal. Can't quench the desire for American coal. All right, thanks so much. That's an unusual song for sure. Just gotta grab my water off the ground. Yeah, that's an unusual one, but I think it works. You know, one of the things about it is that it doesn't have a chorus. And thanks, you're welcome. Thanks so much, everybody. And then the funny thing about it is that the title of the song is just the last two words of the song. You know, it finally takes you all around and gets you there. And like all good folk songs, I think it's also about modern times. You know, it's not just about something old. It's something that's universal. Anyway, here's Holy Bronx Night, which I was going to do last week, but I didn't feel like it because it was so hot out. And it's a little Christmassy, although it's not totally Christmassy. But anyway. It's late Christmas Eve, my brother and me, alone in the apartment again. There's snow on the way, and Mom's working late at Montefiore. There's no tree this year, 'cause things are tight. Just one sorry string of blinking lights. But my brother said we don't need nothing more. On this holy Bronx night, it'll be alright. Taking the beauty all around. 'Cause there's Christmas trees in every town, from Bethlehem to the boogie down. So sleep tight on this holy Bronx night. Hear the tinkling strains of jingling chains on the salt trucks plowing by. Down in the bodega, three wise men are playing dominoes. If a street's not clear on Mommy's way, she can hitch a ride on the big guy's sleigh. So she'll be back here at home before you know. On this holy Bronx night, it'll be alright. Taking the beauty all around. 'Cause there's Christmas trees in every town, from Bethlehem to the boogie down. So sleep tight on this holy Bronx night. It's been so many years, but my memory is clear of awakening on Christmas Day. The fire escape bicycles gleamed, too excited to sleep late. We woke her at 8, and she smiled from the couch in her scrubs, like an angel come down from above. Then I felt so secure, not a care in the world, 'cause I knew I was safe in her love. On this holy Bronx night, it'll be alright. Taking the beauty all around. 'Cause there's Christmas trees in every town, from Bethlehem to the boogie down. So sleep tight on this holy Bronx night. Sleep tight on this holy Bronx night. All right, thanks so much. I love that song too. You know, I really should play it more, even though it's not a Christmas song or whatever. Getting a bunch of comments actually today about, thanks so much, Lil Moore and Geraldine, Denise. Getting comments about the intelligibility, how sort of, you know, just kind of like singing clearly And I guess that's definitely a good, something that certainly I try to do, because I guess if I wrote the lyrics and I think they mean something and I think other people will connect with them, they might as well hear them. So I think that song also has something new to say. So I'm kind of proud of it. And if you may know, I worked in the Bronx for 17 years. So I have a lot of affection for the Bronx. Well, I'm the kind of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, you know that I'm around. I kiss them and I love them, 'cause to me they're all the same. I hug them and I squeeze them. They don't even know my name, 'cause they call me the Wanderer. Yeah, I'm the Wanderer. I roam around. Well, there's Flo on my left arm, Mary on my right. Janie is the girl I'll be with tonight. And when she asks me which one I love the best, I tear open my shirt to show her Rosie on my chest. Yeah, I'm the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around. Yeah, I roam from town to town. I'll go life without a care. And I'm happy as a clown with my 2 fists of iron, but I'm going nowhere. Hey, I'm the kind of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place, so roam from town to town. And when I find myself falling for some girl, I hop right in the car of mine, drive around the world, 'cause I'm the Wanderer. I'm the Wanderer. I roam around. Guy that likes to roam around, never in one place. I roam from town to town, and when I find myself falling for some girl, I hop right in the car of mine, drive around the world, 'cause I'm the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around. Yeah, I'm the Wanderer. I'm the Wanderer. I roam around. All right, that song was just related because I realized it because Dion was from the Bronx, so Holy Bronx Night made me think of it. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Suzanne. I heard Dion on a podcast, and he was really good. Even older, good player, good singer. So anyway, here's another original. This is going to be the next one that I put out whenever I can get around to it. Hey, thanks so much, Martin. So this is number 2 behind Just Come Home. So this one will be next, and I haven't finished the artwork, and I just got to get things done. Hopefully I'll have a productive week, because I'm going away again next week, and I'll get things going on that. Anyway, so here it comes, If I Had Known. And this is kind of, this is also, I think, in the streak of songs that I think are have something new to say, new to add to the world. So this is about, if a relationship goes bad, but you get kids out of it, you're probably grateful for having had the relationship because you got the kids out of it. So that's really what that's about. So this is If I Had Known. It's got a little bit of a twist to it in the lyrics, but... In the fever of my youth, I met your mom and thought I knew I'd be happy ever after, every day. But then we began to fight, and I now give thanks each night that I didn't have the sense to walk away. If I had known about those years of bitter tears that I'd go through, if I had known, I'd do everything the same, 'cause I have you. How I wish you hadn't heard all those vicious, angry words, till I left for that apartment, dark and bare, trying so hard to survive, 'cause I only felt alive on the every other weekend you were there. If I had known about those years of bitter tears that I'd go through, if I had known, I'd do everything the same, 'cause I have. You will make your own mistakes, so hold on tight, do what it takes. You'll find you get more than you ever dreamed. If I had known about those years of bitter tears that I'd go through, if I had known, I'd do everything the same, 'cause I have you. Thanks so much, Peggy Lilmore, Suzanne, Darlene. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That one's one of my hardest songs to sing. I like to sing the way I want to sing it. So, yeah, but I like that a lot. So I'm going to get going on that one. All right. This one's a song I wrote a couple years ago. It's kind of from the perspective of an older person to a younger person. Well, I guess they're old and young are all relative. And just about, it's a song that I like because in the verses, you can hear what the person is saying, and in the choruses, you can hear what they're thinking, which are not necessarily the same thing. So, yeah, just about sort of like this kind of knife edge of being honest with yourself. Anyway. It's a trap. It's a trap. Get out now before too late. Don't believe what you feel. Love will punish you someday. I was once like you and thought I had a love so true till all went bad, so I'll warn you not to make the same mistake. But if you catch me when the wind is still and the sun is shining bright, I'll admit when I look back, those were the best years of my life. Oh, my time with her was precious. Now I hold it in my soul, and I wouldn't trade for anything, 'cause it warms me when I'm cold. I was blind, with the innocence of youth. Look at me, can't you see all that love will do to you? I've been over it 1,000 times. I'm no closer now to knowing why I let myself fly high and fall so far. But if you catch me when the wind is still and the sun is shining bright, I'll admit when I look back, those were the best years of my life. Oh, my time with her was precious. Now I hold it in my soul, and I wouldn't trade for anything, 'cause it warms me when I'm cold. It's a trap. It's a trap. Once she's in for good. Could I erase all this pain? I don't know now if I would. When I close my eyes, I feel her near. I taste our past. It's bittersweet, but at your age, how could I have understood? But if you catch me when the wind is still and the sun is shining bright, I'll admit when I look back, those were the best years of my life. Oh, my time with her was precious. Now I hold it in my soul, and I wouldn't trade for anything, 'cause it warms me when I'm cold. All right, thanks so much. All right, I'll do one much faster. Just get some water off the ground. All right, this is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek song about dreams of stardom and appreciation for the audience. It's called I've Got You. Well, I started this a bit too late, and I can't help thinking about my fate and the fame and fortune that should be my due. Flying private with my backing band to the thousands of adoring fans chanting for me every night, but instead I've got you. Oh, instead I got you. Forget all the glory. I got you to hear out my story and remind me of the riches I can't see. Instead I got you to give all my art to. I got you to open my heart to, and to think of how much more I really need. I'd sell out my songs for heaps of cash, buy a new Ferrari every crash in the tabloids when the hackers steal my nudes. I'd have groupies backstage every night and an entourage to say I'm right every time I speak my mind, but instead I've got you. Oh, instead I got you. Forget all the glory. I got you to hear out my story and remind me of the riches I can't see. Instead I got you to give all my art to. I got you to open my heart to, and to think much more I really need. I'd have no one who could really hear and can understand my hopes and fears, and has been around and knows when I sing true. I'd be worth only what I could spend in a crowd, but without these new friends, I'd be sorry and alone, but instead I've got you. Oh, instead I got you. Forget all the glory. I got you to hear out my story and remind me of the riches I can't see. Instead, I've got you to give all my art to. I got you to open my heart to, and to think of how much more I really need. Oh, to think there's not much more I really need. All right. Thanks so much. Yeah, that's a fun one. I sang that one a couple years ago in a group all full of songwriters and stuff like that. Basically, asked the question, how many of you wish you started earlier, or wish you didn't have to hold down a full-time job or whatever, whatever. And of course, every hand went up. But I'm just kind of poking a little bit of fun at the successful musician's lifestyle, because they don't actually seem much happier than anyone else. Anyway, thanks, Martin, Wilmore, Denise, Robert, Manuela. Hey, do a cover, Merle Haggard cover. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, toward the bed I kept on turning, till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried to raise me better. But her pleading I denied, leaving only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. And dear old Daddy, rest his soul, left Mama heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried to raise me better. But her pleading I denied, leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Oh. All right. Thanks so much. That's a fun one. I'll do maybe like two more originals and a cover. And so this one I haven't played in a little while. And it's just sort of a last-ditch attempt to get somebody to stay the night, and coming up with any excuse you can to, any flimsy excuse to make it happen. This is called Stay. It's midnight, I don't want this day to end. All the struggle has been eased inside my head, and my body is just aching to be held. So stay. If you leave now, then my memory will fade, and I'll lie here till your specter but remains. All the sweetness will dissolve from our day, so stay. 'Cause the roads are getting slippery, and it's much too dark to see, and there's drunks out on the highway, and the needle's down to E. Now I've run out of excuses, but I can't sleep without you here. So stay. Oh, to have you for tonight right by my side would relieve me of the worry deep inside. Leave tomorrow far away from your mind and stay. 'Cause the roads are getting slippery and it's much too dark to see. And there's drunks out on the highway and the needle's down to E. Now I've run out of excuses, but I can't sleep without you here. So stay. When I feel you close by, well, I still can pretend. Under unchanging sky that we won't ever end. 'Cause the roads are getting slippery and it's much too dark to see. And there's drunks out on the highway and the needle's down to E. Now I've run out of excuses, but I can't sleep without you here. So stay. Stay. Hey, thanks so much, Mary Louise and Cindy. Yeah, Jeremy, those are pretty, it's raining, so you shouldn't go home. I mean, but yeah, if you're desperate, I guess anything to convince somebody to stay. So I'll do a song that I don't do much. Oh, thanks Magdalena, thanks Robert. Thanks so much. I'll do a song that I don't do very much at all. About some of you, if you've been with me for a while, you may have seen some of my videos, like the behind-the-scenes stuff from my mailing list. Oh yeah, if you're not on my mailing list, everybody, you should. Mailing list is at, because you can get behind-the-scenes stuff, jordancopelandmusic.com. I think I need to change over something on there, but anyway, thanks Steve. I need to change something over on there, but anyway, I have for every song I do a video explaining it, and I haven't gotten around to it for Just Come Home. It's like 8 or 10 minutes long, but it kind of gets behind the scenes and what inspired it and stuff like that. So I just send that out to my mailing list whenever I release those. I haven't sent it out yet for the new song. But anyway, so this song, long story short, this is I Hope You Knew, and it's a true story as far as, a lot of my songs along the continuum from fiction to non-fiction to autobiographical. A lot of them are on the fictional end. My own life maybe isn't as exciting all the time, but I have an active imagination. But this one's on the more autobiographical side, and it's a true story of my childhood friend who died a few years ago now, and what I wanted to tell him. So this is called I Hope You Knew, and I think it says something larger, even though it's for him and about him. I think it's something that I think everybody can draw something from. Basically about say it while they're around, or really say what you feel to people, because they're not around forever, and you don't want to have regrets afterwards that you wish you said something that you didn't say. So, I hope you knew. There was snow in Minnesota when a stranger called my phone and told me that you'd given up on life. Well, I thought I'd keep together till that night when I got home. But somewhere over Michigan, I hid my face and cried. And since then I've been wondering how I'd ever write the song, how to tell the world about the friend I knew All I do is think about what I'd say to you if you weren't gone. So let this be my confession, straight from me to you. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew the way I felt but often kept inside. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew that you've been right here with me for all this time. You bore witness round the world, filming stories that you told, while I settled down to raise my family. But the friends we make as children seem to live inside our souls. So despite the time and distance, you were never far from me. The final time we met, we crossed the Williamsburg at night, and you told me you were broken down inside. Though we talked so late to help you, and I really thought it might, if I'd known it was the last time, how much more I would have tried. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew the way I felt but often kept inside. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew that you've been right here with me for all this time. I wish I was a better friend. I wish I'd laugh with you again. I wish I made the time to see you more. I wish you knew how much you meant. I wish so bad you hadn't left. I wish that I'd been wise enough to say all this before. So maybe those who knew you will find comfort in my words and think of what they would have liked to say. Or even better, give a loved one all that they deserve and tell them now in person before it's grown too late. So Andy, let me open up my heart before the end and say I love you and I miss you and I'm glad I was your friend. All right, I'll do one last one. Thanks so much, Wilmore and Suzanne, Cindy, Antoinette, Irene. Yeah, all right, I'll do one last one and I'll call it a day or night for you guys if you're in Europe. I always wind up it's either the pollen or the oversing. Thanks so much, Robert. Yeah, Denise, I wound up, it's funny. I wound up singing it at his memorial, which, as you can imagine, it gets easier and easier for me to sing it every time. So I can kind of sing it with kind of normal. It's without without losing absolutely all of my technique. But I sang it at his memorial, and it meant a lot to everybody. And it was funny. I just got back from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and at the age of 14 or 15, do you remember when I rode around Cape Cod? Was it 14, 15, somewhere in there? It was under 16 for sure. Andy and I we went up to Boston. We got driven up to Boston, then we took the ferry to Provincetown and drove around. It must have taken a week or something like that. Rode around Cape Cod on our bikes. So I was just there the past 2 weeks, so it reminded me a lot. And it's one of those things where I don't think I kept a journal of it, so there's gaps in my memory of where we were and remember this or whatever, and I would have loved to just text him and say, hey, do you remember that, you remember when we couldn't get into the movies because we weren't, because it was for only 17 and up, or it's just something like that, but, he's not around anymore, so I can't ask him that stuff, which would have been really, really nice, but, yeah. All right. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow, and I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when you come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I may well be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear though soft you tread above me, and on my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. And I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. All right, everybody, it's been great. Thank you so much for coming on out and seeing me today, wherever you are, today, tonight. You can see it's still daylight here. I got about 3 o'clock. Thanks so much, Robert, Denise, Darlene, Suzanne, Lilmore, Peggy, and Irene, Antoinette, Suzanne. Shortest hour of the week. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. All right, I think I'm going to go either for a hike or hop in a pool or both. Irene, you got it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I hope you guys all had a good day and the rest of your weekend is long and that you can go back to the work week if you work. Feeling good. All right. I'll get going now and Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm getting a little raw towards the end of this from maybe a little over singing and pollen, but an hour's not the worst thing in the world. Mavis, have a good one. And Magdalena. No, it's not good. All right. All right, I'll end it up. You can drop off and be on your way. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.